जय जय श्री राधे सब वैष्णवों को सानंद सप्रेम सादर जय श्री कृष्णा day 193 Varta 179. The story of a merchant from Rajnagar who became a bug. Bhav Prakash. He is a devotee of Rajasi disposition. In the eternal Leela, his name is water creature and he belongs to Sri Yamunaji. Once, it's a Jalachar. Once Sri Thakurji, Sri Swaminiji and some gopis were playing in the water. The water creature came there and frightened Sri Swaminiji. His offensive behaviour caused him to be born on earth. He manifests from Sunanda and is thus a personification of her divine loving sentiment. Part 1. At one time, Sri Gosaiji had come to Sri Dwarkaji, after which he arrived in Rajnagar. He sat in his betak in Bela Kotari's house. All the local Vaishnavas came there to see him. Amongst them was a well-to-do merchant. When Sri Gosaiji saw him, he asked, "O Sethji, you have come." The Sethji replied, "O Maharaj, I have come here through the blessings of these Vaishnavas. Please accept me as your disciple." Sri Gosaiji initiated him with the Lord's name, and he thus became a Vaishnava. He made a donation, bowed low, and then sat before his Guru. Sri Gosaiji told him, "Now, Sethji, you should go to have the holy sight of the Mount Govardhan and then proceed to Gokul. In fact, make a tour of the Vraja land. Imbibe some Yamunaji water." The Seth replied, "Only with your blessings will I be able to do so." Sri Gosaiji said, "I shall indeed bless you. In fact, come with me and I shall show you these places." Sethji piped up, "O Maharaj, I am a householder. I cannot leave right now at this moment, but with your blessings I shall come with you one day." Sri Gosaiji left for Gokul. When he arrived, he dressed and adorned the Lord, and then took his seat in his betak and addressed one renunciate disciple who was there. "There is a Sethji in Rajnagar. I told him to come to Gokul. He said he would come later. Please bring him here with you." The renunciate Vaishnava agreed. "With your blessings I shall bring him with me." After a couple of days, that Vaishnava took Sri Gosaiji's leave and set off for Rajnagar. He arrived in Bela Kotari's home and asked him, "Which Sethji is it whom Sri Gosaiji has summoned to Gokul?" Bela Kotari sent one Vaishnava with him to show him where he lived. The renunciate went to his house and greeted him with the Lord's name. He reminded him that Sri Gosaiji had requested him to go to Gokul. "Sri Gosaiji is calling you. Come to Gokul." The Sethji agreed to go, and the renunciate said, "Come on then." But the Sethji said, "I shall leave when a son is born to me." Hearing this, the renunciate set off for Varta for the holy sight of the Lord. He returned to the Seth after a year and a half. By that time the Seth's son had been born. When the Vaishnava remarked that since his son was born he should now come with him to Gokul, he said, "Let my son grow up and have a job, then I shall come." The renunciate returned to Gokul, bowed to Sri Gosaiji and told him all of this news as it had happened. "Now I shall come back to Gokul." Sri Gosaiji said, "Indeed you have come, but will you go again?" He said that he would. He left Gokul after some time. Again he arrived in Rajnagar, met the Seth and invited him to come to Gokul. He said, "Oh yes, I shall come to Gokul. However, even though my son is grown up and has a job, I would like to have the joy of a grandchild before I come." The renunciate went again to Dwarka and returned after another year. The Seth had had a grandchild by then, and so the Vaishnava invited him to Gokul. "Oh," he said, "but I would like to enjoy playing with her before I set off." The Vaishnava remained in Rajnagar in Bela Kotari's house. The Seth passed away. The renunciate Vaishnava wondered what kind of body he would attain. Seth was born as a snake. The renunciate found that snake and recognizing him to have been Sethji, spoke to it. "You have died and become a snake. Please come to Gokul now." Seth replied, "Oh, but I am being employed to protect some wealth. I will come to Gokul another time." Soon the snake left its body too. It was reborn as a dog. The Vaishnava requested the dog to go to Gokul with him, saying, "You have been born as a dog now. Come on, let's go to Gokul." Sethji said, "Of course I shall come to Gokul, but I am guarding this temple, since there are many thieves around." Soon the dog also left its body and became a water bug living in a drain. The renunciate Vaishnava went searching for him and discovered his fate. He said to Sethji, the bug, "You are now a water bug. Let's go to Gokul." The bug said, "I shall not go to Gokul. I live in this drain and I eat everyone's leftover dregs. I am happy with that." The Vaishnava filled a pot with water and put the bug in it. He bathed and then went to Gokul, taking it with him. It took some time to get there. He went to Sri Gosaiji. He showed him the pot and said, "Look, I have brought Sethji to Gokul." Sri Gosaiji asked about everything that had happened for this to come about. The Vaishnava recalled, "He had his granddaughter, enjoyed playing with her, and then he died. He became a snake but was guarding some wealth. When the snake died, it became a dog, and I again invited it to come to Gokul with me. It refused because it was guarding a temple's riches from thieves. Then he became a water bug, and I have brought it to you." Sri Gosaiji told him to put the bug into Sri Yamunaji's water. The Vaishnava did that. In this way, Sethji was finally liberated. Bhav Prakash. Questions arise in this tale. Sri Gosaiji first invited Setji to go to Gokul, but he did not go. The renunciate Vaishnav also invited him. Still, he did not change his mind, since he was attached to his home. That Vaishnav had much spiritual power. If he had wanted, then Setji's mind would have changed. Why did he have to make so much effort to this end? The answer given here is that Setji's story becomes a very good example for the embodied soul. Such is the embodied soul that it is very, very difficult for them to lose their attachment to the material world. They are embodied and they become embedded. Sri Gosaiji's vow, however, to uplift divine souls could not be false. Therefore, he made the Vaishnava call Setji to Gokul in so many ways. Sri Gosaiji never abandons his embodied souls. To whatever degree they are attached into the worldly plane, he purifies them and uplifts them. He ordered the bug to be put into the Sri Yamunaji river because, in the eternal Leela, it had been a creature that lived within her waters. Therefore, Setji's relationship to the eternal Leela would be strengthened and re-established through Sri Yamunaji. Thus concludes Varta 179, the story of Setji who received Sri Gosaiji's great grace and was an accomplished Vaishnava. There is no real end to his tale. Jai Ho, Shri Acharya Ji Ki Jai, Sri Gosaiji Ki Jai, Sab Vaishnavan Ki Jai Ho, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.